For today, we'll be discussing victim blaming. So, victim blaming, what is victim blaming? So, victim blaming is the attitude that suggests that the victim, rather than the perpetrator, is responsible for the assault. Many people have a harder time accepting that the victims of these crimes didn't contribute to or are accountable for their victimization. People blame victims so that they can continue to feel safe themselves. So it's kind of like a form of selfishness where we blame the victims and put them at fault for what happened to them in order for us to feel safe. So here are some comments that I found online that exhibits victim blaming. This is why there are studies that claim that there are victims who refrain from reporting what happened to them due to the fear that there are people that would blame them or put them at fault for the abuse or violence that occurred. Growing up as a woman in our society, there were always things that us as women were told not to do as precaution to avoid these horrible events. I think that just as women are taught these things, men, well, not necessarily men, but perpetrators, they should also be taught self-control, discipline, and respect for women or men, just everyone. At the core of victim blaming, it could stem from 1. Failure to empathize with the victim, and 2. A fear reaction triggered by human self-preservation. Although this may be true, I hope that we could learn to put ourselves in their shoes and stop blaming the victims. We should look at their situation more closely and more openly from their perspective and sympathize with them. So that's it for today's vlog. Don't forget to hit the subscribe and like button. Also drop down a comment below about what you think of victim blaming and the psychology behind it. See you next week.
Together.